make sure to stop by the website BlackArtTees, only on Etsy.com. 100% black and female owned. We proudly create uniquely beautiful natural hair art t-shirts and African inspired products. We don't do cookie cutter. Want the same old, same old? We ain't the one. Want to stand up and stand out while doing it? Let BlackArtTees be your voice to tell the world that you are black and unapologetically. So, be bold, be fierce, be you, naturally. Be heard without saying a word. Make sure to stop by the website BlackArtTees, only on Etsy.com. Details in the description box. Check out the first novel in the 4-part book series, Highfliers, by first-time novelist Zori Maxwell, called Highfliers, the Book of Trina, a story about a high school loner named Trina Jackson, whose life is turned upside down when a series of fated events leads her into the path of Highflyer, a young college sophomore, Derek McNair, sparking the beginning of an unusual friendship and bond between them. Journey with them as they spend a year dealing with the inevitable death of Trina's mother, first love, heartbreak, loss, and racism in early 21st century America, in this coming-of-age tale of a black girl's journey into womanhood. Available for sale now on Amazon and BarnesandNobles.com. Download the first 2 chapters for free today. Make sure to check out the book Highfliers, the Book of Trina, by author Zori Maxwell. Details in the description box.
The party never stopped at Studio 54, a phenomenon due in large part to the deliberately loose rules concerning drugs and sex. Model Janice Dickinson.
The taboo subject of drugs at Studio 54. Oh, I didn't do any. No, I mean, in those days everyone experimented. Taboo subject of drugs at Studio 54. Oh, I didn't do any. No, I mean, in those days everyone experimented. Taboo subject of drugs at Studio 54. Oh, I didn't do any. No, I mean, in those days everyone experimented.
Hey guys, it's Nicole here, back on this Thursday night. I hope you guys are all doing good out there, and welcome back to Nicole's View. So this is going to be a Cosby update as far as what's going on with him. I don't know if most of you have heard, but the crackhead, lying, low down, just basically trash, known as Janice Dickinson or Dickerson, whatever. AIG, as you know, we've talked about AIG before. Well, they went ahead and gave in and settled with this thing over here. Are we surprised? No, we're not. We're never surprised. So Mr. Cosby still continues to deny all of this. And even if you go and you look in the comment section, whatever website you go to, whether it's, Yahoo, MSNBC, it doesn't matter. Most people know for a fact that Janice Dickinson is a liar. Okay. She pulled this stunt, and right before these allegations hit against Mr. Cosby, like a year or so before, I want to say, maybe even a few months. I have to dust off my dates, but if you go back and look, you will see that Dickinson here actually filed for bankruptcy right before these allegations hit against Mr. Cosby. So it was in her best interest to jump on the financial train. okay, to make up this story. Her book, her autobiography that she wrote years ago, she describes meeting Mr. Cosby back in '82 and testified during the trial that he was America's dad, even though Mr. Cosby, the Cosby Show, was not on television in '82. The Cosby Show didn't premiere until 1984. So many folks caught this thing in many lies. She admitted she lied. And, you know, even if you believe these heinous, ridiculous lies, these other women, if you believe this woman here, you're just insane. You're insane, because there is so much evidence to say otherwise. So AIG just said, you know what, let's just pay her off and be done with it. And of course, we all know they're just trying to get this out of their hair, but at the same time, this does no favors for Mr. Cosby, even though he also condemns AIG for settling so easily, but you can see why they did it. Okay, so Lisa Bloom, you know, the Spawn's daughter of Gloria Allred, she, I guess, represents this thing over here. And, you know, they did a whole press conference. I refuse to even put it in here because I don't want to torture you guys. Just seeing the screenshots alone made me want to vomit. So that's enough for me. But basically, they're, you know, bragging about this. So basically bragging about extorting an elderly black man. Okay, so this is America's favorite pastime. Okay. Basically extorting him, or should I say extorting his insurance, AIG. And the sick thing about this is everybody knows this is a sick lie. But the media, you know, they don't care. It's just something to regurgitate. It's something to print. It's something to get your attention and to basically pile on this man. Okay, this is all this is. And we don't know how much this suit actually was. It could be literally a few thousands for all we know. But of course, they're going to put on a show. Bloom said it was an epic settlement. You know, who talks like that about such a serious crime? Who goes to a press conference, brings a bag full of flowers, and literally stands there as if this is just some big, you know, joke? Because technically it is a sick, disgusting, low-life joke, but this does nothing for actual victims of sex crimes. This is a money grab. We've said this from day one. This is a money grab. This is continuing to push this Me Too garbage. It's fake, and a lot of people bought into it, and a lot of people still are buying into it. But once it hits your front doorstep, you'll wish you never bought into it, because nothing about this is justice. Nothing about this is about helping sexual assault victims. This is all about money. Dickinson filed for bankruptcy literally right before these allegations hit. Against Mr. Cosby. Don't believe me? Go look it up. But anyway, this here I'm reading from HollywoodReporter.com, and it says Bill Cosby's insurer settles Janice Dickinson's defamation suit. AIG has settled a 2015 lawsuit stemming from comments Cosby's former lawyer made to the media. So, for those who don't know, Cosby's lawyer at the time basically when Dickinson came out with her insane, ridiculous lies, he basically came out as his lawyer to defend Cosby, basically in the media saying this isn't true, blah, blah, blah. And Dickinson said, oh, you're slandering me. I'm going to sue you. This is all this is. So they're claiming this is a victory. The only thing this is a victory for is Dickinson's drug habit and Dickinson's plastic surgery nightmares. Continued nightmares. Okay? Go look up Botched. When E had that show Botched, go look up Janice Dickinson. Okay? That's all I got to say. I was going to include it in here, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to deal with copyright issues and stuff like that. But just go look that up. That describes everything about this woman. Bill Cosby's insurance company, AIG, has settled a defamation suit with former supermodel Janice Crackhead Dickinson, marking the third deal cut without his approval. Okay? So there have been now several women who have been cut a check from AIG. Okay. Dickinson in 2015 sued Cosby over comments his then attorney Marty Singer made to the press following an interview she gave to Entertainment Tonight. Dickinson said she had been drugged and raped by the comedian in the 80s, all BS. And Singer responded by telling the press it was fabricated and is an outrageous defamatory lie. After a long and winding legal road, the U.S. Supreme Court in October denied Cosby's request to review the matter, following an appeals court decision to give Dickinson the green light to pursue her claims against Cosby and Singer. All of this is connected, folks, and I'm going to get back to these politicians in just a second. Dickinson and her attorney, Lisa Bloom, on Thursday morning held a disgusting victory press conference, which was streamed on the firm's Facebook page. All of this is about money. This helps Lisa Bloom. This helps her firm. It helps continue on her mother's disgusting, low-life, evil ways. You know, the same old garbage. Bloom declined to say how much money her client will receive, but described it as an epic amount. Dickinson, who under the settlement isn't barred from speaking about Cosby, told reporters nothing can ever erase the experience and memories of an assault, and advised victims to tell your story and stand up for your rights. The only thing Dickinson is standing up for is more drugs in her system and to continue to further mess up her body. Okay? That's all she's about. Cosby's rep, Andrew Wyatt, sent the Hollywood Reporter a statement regarding the settlement. Mr. Cosby has every confidence that had the case proceeded to trial, a jury would have found that the statements issued by his former attorney, statements which Mr. Cosby himself never spoke and which he played no part in prepping, were not defamatory. He said, "This is the third example in recent months of AIG robbing Mr. Cosby of the opportunity to clear his name in a court of law, where evidence and truthfulness are supposed to be elevated above headlines and gossip. AIG's apparent strategy to have Mr. Cosby tried exclusively in the court of public opinion has become clear." All right. And, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm over it. I'm over it. I can only imagine how he feels and his family feels right now. The outright gutter, low-life, disgusting manner of it all. You see, guys, this, when I tell you all of this is intertwined, how corrupt this is, how just unfair and disgusting this is, I'm not just saying that to say that. I'm saying that because it's facts. So we have some very wonderful people who were really digging deep with this Cosby lynching, and I have to give them credit where credit is due. For this part of the video, I'm just going to leave it out for my own personal reasons and whatnot, and their personal, you know, being. I want to respect that. But the thing is, you guys need to know this. You really need to know this. So juror number 3 in Cosby's second trial, I'll just call her Diane. That's her first name. Her name was released to the public after Cosby's trial, so I'll just call her Diane. Diane was the neighbor of the court reporter in Cosby's trial. Okay? So there's a connection. And she considered herself to be an independent thinker, right? And was A-okay with serving on a jury. All right? But when you look at this tweet, okay? When you look at this tweet, it shows you her mindset. And I think she may be a Lisa Bloom fan, because this is what she tweeted at Lisa Bloom on April 12th, 2017. Found this gem, teen advice from Bill O'Reilly. Now, Bill O'Reilly has this book out called The O'Reilly Factor for Kids. All right. O'Reilly is not my cup of tea, but when I actually read what he said in this quote that she's quoting at Lisa Bloom about, I don't see what the issue is. I honestly don't see what the issue is. But it goes back to her mindset. Okay. So for the most part, she's probably on that feminist kick. Okay. So this is what she said. Found this gem, teen advice from O'Reilly. And guys, if you exploit a girl, it will come back to get you. That's called karma. And she added Lisa Bloom. So as we know, Lisa Bloom represents women suing O'Reilly and represented who? Janice Dickinson, okay, who was one of the witnesses for the prosecution during Cosby's trial. And, folks, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. So you have that. Then you have this piece of work here. This, let me see. Let me pull up his information. This Attorney General, Pennsylvania. Oh yeah. He's a Democrat. Yeah. So for those of you out there who are just so we should vote for Democrats and we better go get Trump out of office and this, that, and the third. Well, this is who you're voting for. To the black people out there, you're so gung-ho about these Democrats. Well, meet this Attorney General. Okay? Good. Look at his face. Real nice and good. Remember that face. Apparently, President Obama is a big fan of this guy here. Remember that face. Remember that face. He is one of the many people that wants to keep Mr. Cosby in prison. Yeah. It's pretty disgusting. He wrote, I don't want to say he wrote a letter, but basically he is vouching for Kevin Steele and Judge Stephen O'Neill to keep Cosby behind bars, and so they can make sure that his appeal isn't successful. Okay. So he wrote up this amicus brief, Mr. Josh Shapiro. Yeah. Josh Shapiro is saying that, I'm okay with the Commonwealth and what they did to Mr. Cosby. Yeah. This is your Democrat. And remember, DA Kevin Steele is a Democrat as well. So this is what black folks get for voting for Democrats. Okay? This is what you get. You get more black folks thrown in jail, just like you would a Republican. There's no difference. There's absolutely no difference. So he wrote up a 30, let me see. I can leave the link for you guys to go read it. over 30 some odd pages he wrote in support of keeping Mr. Cosby in prison, and that the Commonwealth did exactly what they were supposed to do. Hang this nigga. And we're going to stay on top of it and make sure that if we can get him to pass away, die in prison, that's our main agenda. So for those of you out there who say, let's go ahead and vote Democrat, you know, it's better than Trump. Look at this face here. This is what you're voting for. This is what you're voting for. When you're so quick to go out here and vote for these Democrats, remember Attorney General Josh Shapiro. Remember him. And I'm not going to say this person's name. I received an email from someone who told me how corrupt Montgomery County is and how racist it is. I'm going to leave it at that. But my videos, when it comes to this Cosby stuff, oh, people are emailing me. Okay? I'm not just up here blowing hot air. I'm telling you what your disgusting mainstream media isn't telling you. Your corrupted, racist, feminist media isn't telling you. So just remember all this. This is what Mr. Cosby is dealing with right now. So they're trying to make this ironclad that he doesn't even have a successful appeal. How demonic is this? I mean, how much more demonic can you get? Okay? These folks deserve everything that comes their way. Every single last one of them. Every single last one of them. From top to bottom. You deserve every single horrific thing to happen to you. You deserve it. And we all know Janice Dickinson is just going to blow through that money. And who is she going to accuse next? Who is she going to accuse next? You know, this is what we're dealing with, folks. And I warned, many of us warned, don't fall for this. Don't buy into this. But we still have many idiots out there that did, or still do. So this is what you have. So guys, let me know what you think. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. Make sure to check out Brother Hank's 3 YouTube channels. The first, IBMOR One Man Army Against Racism, ChannelforIntelOnes. Intel from Black or New Copper Race Forums, and BlackarBright and Latino and all positive people's safety zone. Now, Brother Hank is bringing you the latest news, reviews, commentaries, and so much more on all 3 of his YouTube channels. So make sure to stop by, show your support, like, comment, and subscribe. Details to his 3 channels will be in the description box. Check out the book Grandaddy by author Cavis. Grandaddy is a close-up view into the distant past and back again, a stream of generational consciousness that slows to show the story of a lone Black family in white America, from the fiery era of sharecropping in the South to the deathly cold industry of the modern North. The reader will migrate in heart and mind along the span of 3 generations, finding ourselves finally close to how we came to be today. As lived by a lone family torn between time and place, this book tells the closer story of a greater reality, that of the Great Black Migrations, from a racially segregated South up to the equally fragmented northern states, and what was lost by a people along the way. Make sure to check out the book Grandaddy. Details in the description box. Hey guys, it's Nicole here, and I thank you for your viewership. Now, do you have a business of some sort? Do you have a clothing line, a shoe line, hair line, books, music, movies, heck, your own YouTube channel you want to promote? Well, let me know. Email me at NicoleLewisForChange@gmail.com, where I offer a low monthly fee for you to run your ad on my pre-recorded videos. Also, do you just love what I do and want to show your support? Well, support me on Patreon, PayPal, Venmo, Google Pay, Cash App, basically any and everywhere. So show your support for the new Black media and all of our endeavors. Thank you so much. I'll see you all in the next video.